Oh my gosh, you guys, welcome back for the third installment of Beacon Pines. We just came to a dead end on the other side of the tree. Everything was so creepy. None turned us in. It was two different splits that ended in awful, awful endings to the story, which the narrator did say in the beginning most of these endings would be terrible for us. So we're going back. We're going back to the other side of the tree. We're going to try a different split over here. We're going to see what happens with Beck and Luka in this path. So let's go. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Luka began to respond, but the sky answered for him as the clouds above began to rumble with ominous thunder. Luka surveyed the roiling clouds. At that moment, the heavens opened up, unleashing torrential rain.
Oh. I guess we're staying at Beck's tonight. But Gran's missing. We know Gran's missing. Well, no, we don't in this one. We don't know anything about Gran yet on this part. Yeah, we don't know anything about Gran.
Luka flicked at one of the toggles.
I bet it was pretty cool in the city.
Luka bent down to examine the bouquet of wilting flowers. Judging by the odor, they were well past their prime.
Oh. Okay, so we have pungent. The most recent one, so she's moved a couple of times at least. Yeah, Beck's too cool to care about keeping those flowers.
Luka squinted into the eye hole of the microscope. Luka adjusted the slide with his fingers to get a better look. Luka wiped his hand off on his sweater and gave a nervous laugh. Beck looked down, timidly tapping the ladder with her feet.
Superhero landing.
Beck took a moment to watch the rivulets of water running down the window.
Oh, Beck, I want to give Beck a squeeze.
Luka took a deep breath, exhaling slowly.
A little 12-year-old child not feeling wanted. Ugh. Don't hold a grudge, especially against yourself. Oh. That's a really good life lesson right there. Oh, this is so sweet. It's like a Garden State moment.
Luka let out a
So
feral scream that
sweet.
echoed into the
Oh, God, the music.
Her voice dropped to a trembling whisper.
So sweet.
Beck brushed off her shirt and straightened up. As abruptly as it began, the storm abated.
Oh, that was really sweet.
Beck gave Luka a light thump on the arm before heading in. Chapter 5.
That was very sweet. That's super powerful. So well written.
Friendly feud. The air was heavy with the hard rain's residue, the smell of wet things. Despite his dreary surroundings, Luka felt at peace. He'd never shared those details about his dad with anyone, not even Rolo. But it's not like this changed anything. Rolo was still his best friend. Adding Beck to the group would help balance things out. Everything's better in threes. This is what Luka told himself as he headed to the treehouse.
Because he's afraid of telling Rolo about everything, yeah.
The Valentine mansion loomed over every other building in town, both figuratively and literally.
And now we talk to Don. A peculiar will and testament, huh? There were conditions. Solomon is a ward. What? Sowed some wild oats, if you know what I mean. Interesting. So again, in this world, we still don't, in this path, we don't know anything about Gran being a little shady. Okay. So we know the telephone booth in the other world is a very bad thing. Is she still just sitting out here reading? Uh-oh. Ah, it's Kerr. So they're doing something to try to save the town. Okay. Interesting.
Luka had only ever heard him speak in this stiff yet gentle tone a few times.
Uh-oh.
And it always meant one thing.
Best friend abandoned me for no reason.
Rolo scoffed.
Made it to his house and he's not there. Oh, man.
Luka stumbled on his
Oh,
words,
no.
knowing he'd said too much.
What the heck is a Beck? Oh, Rolo. Oh no.
Luka became instinctively angry in response. Both boys were now shouting across the distance.
He's not a bad friend, Rolo.
Rolo's tone changed to a calm, yet more intense anger.
Uh-oh. Oh no.
The words hung in the cold night air. Rolo's stomach dropped, knowing he'd crossed a line.
That was uncalled for.
But it was too late.
Oh, that's gut-wrenching.
Luka dug through his old stuff, not even sure what he was looking for.
Oh, that's so sad.
Gran cooed gently from the hallway.
Oh, she's leaving oatmeal by the door for us because she's worried. Is Gran actually evil? No.
Luka just wanted to be alone. He waited to hear the sound of the front door closing.
I want to look. We're still exploring Rumble. Ugh, even the transition sound between these two is just so wonderful.
Luka dozed off again.
Oh, we went back to sleep. Gran's been in and out, but at least she's being kind of sensitive about what's going on.
Luka still couldn't bring himself to go out. Besides, if he ran into Rolo, he'd have to actually confront the situation. The Adventures of Hank Atomic.
It's so cute, like the little puzzle is
Luka
here was just
carefully
so
opened the
adorable,
cover
like having to
and
kick the
began to
ball
read.
to get something
Rolo
down.
had received it for his birthday, a special hardcover edition with behind-the-scenes commentary and bonus art. Rolo cherished it, but asked that Luka keep it at his house. Luka wasn't sure if it was because Rolo didn't trust himself with it, didn't trust his sister around it, or just wanted an excuse to come hang out at Luka's more often. Whatever the reason, Luka didn't mind, but it had stayed right there where Rolo had stashed it ever since. Now, at the foot of his bed, Luka lost himself in the pages. He'd read it all before, but at this moment, it somehow felt sentimental. He was well into issue number 5 when he heard soft footsteps from the hallway.
Beck is nice. Oh, Grandma. Oh.
Without realizing it, Luka had pouted away the entire afternoon. He once again felt the weight of it all and allowed his weary eyes to close. Luka stood in a vast black expanse.
Oh, it's another dream.
He looked up at his father standing beside him. Walt was working a straw at the bottom of a fountain glass, trying to collect the last bits of milkshake. Dad? Where? Taking a final loud gurgling sip, his father peered up from the glass. He jangled the straw playfully with a warm smile, then lifted the empty glass as if to point into the darkness. The source.
The
Luka's
source.
eyes followed his father's gesture.
What?
In an instant, he was sitting in front of a blazing campfire. Across from him sat a large figure in a yellow hazmat suit.
What?
The figure's voice was a scratchy echo. Well, if it isn't the man of the hour.
What is
Make
happening?
yourself comfortable. Luka held his shivering hands over the flame to warm himself. It doesn't work that way here. Their yellow-gloved hand pointed to the base of the flame. It's a cold flame. See? Luka peered at the base of the fire. It wasn't wood that was burning. It was Beacon Pines' tiny buildings, freezing and crumbling as they were consumed by flame.
What?
Luka could see small shadows moving in the burning city. People.
Oh my gosh.
Luka leapt to his feet. We've got to help them! The figure gave a dismissive wave of their hand. Why waste energy helping people who can't even help themselves? The figure bent down to examine the panicked crowd as they desperately tried to stop the flames. They only care about what's right in front of them, not like us. Luka's voice was a trembling whisper.
I'm going through this so fast because I'm so tense.
Us? The figure slowly stood up, grabbing its helmet with both hands. With a jolt and a twist, the suit emitted a gasp. A cloud of torpid mist escaped, slowly revealing the face within.
Is it Grandma?
Luka's own face looked back at him.
Oh, what?
Older, worn, distant. The sensation was
What?
oddly familiar, as if he'd caught his own reflection by surprise in the mirror.
Oh my god, is he a clone of his dad?
The doppelganger smiled. I tried to help once. He gestured towards his face. And all it got me was this. Luka staggered back. You aren't me. Luka felt a hand catch his shoulder. His father was there again, beside him. Every choice sets us on a path. This is the end of one of your paths, son.
What?
Luka watched his older self shake
Oh my
its head
God.
ruefully, its face twisting into a cruel grin. Welp, Dad, if you wanted him to see this, far be it from me to disappoint. Luka watched in shock as the figure took a confident step forward and plunged into the flames.
Oh my gosh.
In a flash of cold light, he was gone. What does all of this mean? Luka felt a reassuring squeeze on his shoulder. Just remember, why we choose matters just as much as what
Why we choose matters just as much as what we choose.
Luka woke up to see a hazy figure at the
Wow.
foot of his bed, silhouetted in the morning sun. Luka rubbed his eyes. The kind, concerned face of his gran came into focus.
Not fine. You are not fine.
Gran silenced Luka with a gentle pat on the leg.
Now listen to your gran here, Sonny. That's, yeah. That's emotional maturity.
Luka gave a reluctant nod.
Okay, so we're gonna go see about being nice with Rolo. Buy him a corn dog and apologize. I wish people did that for me. Everything is better with corn dogs. Oh, bye,
Luka
Gran.
took a deep breath. Chapter 6. Through thick and thin. Despite Luka's bitterness, Gran was right.
Of course.
He needed to hash things out with Rolo. A big fight changes the nature of a friendship. Whether, in the end, it is for the better or for the worse, all comes down to understanding. If one is not careful, the same familiarity that builds the strongest of bonds can become the wrecking ball that shatters them. Luka emerged from seclusion, taking in the crisp festival air, but the events of the day weren't on his mind. He had to find Rolo.
Okay, so those are all of the ones we've gotten so far. All right. Roxy, okay.
Roxy rolled her eyes, shaking her head.
He's at the library.
At the dirt.
It's space, so it's space adventure, though you needn't buy it because you can check books out of the library. He's at the comics part of the library. Go somewhere quiet. No beetle hunting. Aw. No critters at all. Nothing. Oh, 'cause there's no bugs. And the pond's empty too. Kerr. Hate Kerr.
Mr. Kerr pointed to his grinning mouth.
Yeah, break a frickin' leg, you jerk. I mean, you gotta enjoy it a little bit, right? It's fair. He's like, no, I'm still not moving. Hi, Jeff.
The distance with a wistful look.
Jeff's voice is so perfect.
Jeff turned to Luka with a furrowed brow, then gave an understanding nod. For a moment, the two now shared that same wistful gaze.
Yeah. Ah, that little asshole. Just clipboards just writing shit around. They really are. They don't seem real. I want to see what she says because she's kind of been, oh, she has nothing to say. She's been kind of predicting the chapters and like telling us little hints about maybe what's coming up by like the book she's reading. Is she reading? Is she reading this book? Oh my God, conspiracy theory. Is she reading this book? Do you want to share your thoughts? No. Oops, sorry. Oh my god. No! There we go. We got it. You got it there eventually.
Sorry, all became flesh.
Oh, she's got a crush on Griffin. That's adorable. We'll go down and see what's going on down here. So all the pipelines are handled by the city. Interesting. Interesting. It's an unincorporated town. That's a hint.
Griffin looked away suspiciously.
Yeah, because he's at the library. I just want to smack it some more. Can I just sit here and smack? If I smack it like 5,000 times, do I get another achievement? It's just so satisfying. Backpacks can carry more than books, but they're really good at carrying books. For an enemy of my enemy. An enemy of my enemy is my friend. For the good of the family. Interesting. Perennial Harvest is trying to win the turnover. Yeah, it's true. Oh, the clipboards have been saying something. A super secret guest of honor. He just thinks it's a real big deal. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. The library is indeed somewhere quiet.
Kato's eyes lit with excitement.
The first riddle. Oh, God, Rolo.
Kato straightened up and cleared his throat as if preparing to sing. Kato stared at Luka eagerly.
Okay. I think if it's taken issue, if it's, oh, we got,
Luka grabbed natural photography.
that's,
Luka grabbed the modern science of atomic radiation from the shelf. Luka grabbed the 5 pillars of success from the shelf.
I should have guessed it was gonna
Luka
be,
grabbed The Adventures of Hank.
I should have guessed it was gonna be the comics itself.
Kato removed his book from as he slid the book under the
Oh my
purple
God,
light, 2
Rolo!
words from The Adventures of Hank Atomic, issue 5. Luka clicked his tongue with recognition. began flipping through the pages, stopping when he hit a glowing word. He continued flipping. Reaching the end of the book, Kato looked up.
Grift in grub cart. Griffin's grub cart.
Before Luka could finish his sentence, Griffin handed him a corn dog.
A corn. Oh, God.
Luka shrugged, taking a sizable bite out of the corn dog.
Because it's been sitting there for a while. Oh, my God.
Luka tongued at his cheeks, feeling something.
No,
rough between him and
Rolo.
into his
Oh,
mouth,
my
and pulled out
God.
a slip of paper. He shook off the bits of corn dog to read the slip.
A pickup when you need some pep.
Luka
Near the
finished off
fountain,
remainder
up
of
the
corn
step.
dog.
Rolo. My God. Oh my God, I've done this twice now.
Lumi waved his hands around sarcastically as he began.
What takes flight but has no wings? The balloons over here. Hi, Rolo.
Rolo sheepishly handed.
Oh my
Luka the
God.
balloons.
Rolo. Well, you sucked at being a good friend yesterday, Rolo. That's a thing, huh?
Luka threw himself at Rolo, hugging him as tightly as he could.
Oh. Ooh, yeah. All right. To the treehouse we go. Biggest catch competition. All right. Good luck, buddy.
Rolo handed Luka an unopened letter.
A letter from Gran.
Luka, some things are going to happen that might be difficult for you to understand.
If
If I am honest, I hardly understand them myself.
Grandma?
But whatever happens, I need you to know that I love you.
What?
None of this is fair to you. You have already lost so much. We both have. I wish there was a simpler way forward. But if there is, I haven't thought of it. God knows I've tried. Everything I've done, I did for you.
What?
I hope someday you can accept that. Love, Gran. Luka folded the paper into his pocket and headed up the ladder. Luka was at a loss for words, but that was fine. Words aren't always necessary. Sadly, this was untrue.
What?
A distant rumble shook the treehouse.
Oh no.
It was not fireworks.
Oh no.
It was something the boys couldn't possibly comprehend. Something as old and cruel as time itself.
Oh my god.
A shockwave of cold tore through the room. A bitter, unfathomable chill.
I am like sitting here with my jaw hanging
Before
open.
they could react, it encased them in ice. Two boys, reunited by friendship, only to be cruelly separated by a malevolence beyond reason. And so, our story ends on this melancholy scene.
What?
In a silent treehouse turned statuary, in a town brought low by its secrets, sits a pair of friends, alone, together.
Oh my god.
For the rest of time. The end.
No.
No, that can't be the ending. It simply can't.
It's
won't
not.
accept
No.
it. And there are more endings, more possibilities. I can feel it. We are just going to have to sort through them all until we find the one that fits.
Yes. Okay, so we can choose flight over here now. We haven't gone forward. Oh. Let's go back here. Okay, so this is us running away over here. So we know something weird and creepy is going on, so we're gonna run.
Luka drew himself up and decided to take the
This
only
is so
option they had left.
freaking cool.
He
I love
squinted
this
down the
game.
barrel of the
Oh my
mission control
god.
defense cannon, aiming it through an opening in the dense tree branches. He looked up with surprise as it struck true and taut.
And I'm surprised I'm able to like keep these stories all separate and be like, oh my god, no, we have to go back and try this in this spot. Uh-oh.
Luka and Iggy winced as they sprinted through the thicket. The branches clawed at them, reluctant to give passage. After what felt like a marathon, Luka stopped in his tracks as they reached the clearing. What the? That was all he was able to say before Iggy slammed into his back.
Uh-oh.
The boys tumbled down a steep decline and crashed with a wheezing thud on
This doesn't look
surfaces
good.
hard. In fact, it was ice.
What?
Chapter 5.
Oh my gosh.
Signs. They stood silently, catching their breath. The sky was like sapphire. With each breath, a plume of steam escaped from Luka's lungs.
No.
Let's keep moving. Luka pulled Iggy to his feet as they
It's
gazed across
winter.
a snow terrain.
What? We went downhill, but it's snowy. Find a way home. Okay.
A disc of smooth metal was lightly covered in snow. Two faint seams were visible along the surface.
Those are the tunnels that the clipboards are coming back through.
Luka had almost forgotten the walkie-talkie he was carrying. Luka looked at Iggy with hesitation. With a resigned sigh, Luka responded.
How in tarnation up with one of our radios? What? What?
Luka winced, shoving the walkie-talkie back into his pocket.
Who are we talking to? Is there not a way? Is it over here? I'm not finding a way to leave this area. Uh-oh. Still within safe ranges, but maybe spreading. What? A town sign. Let's see what we gotta do. What does he want us to do? What?
The boys stared in disbelief at the sign that now clearly read, "Welcome to Beacon Pines."
What? This is some Twin Peaks bullshit. Oh my gosh. It is this is the town.
The fencing listened, each chain link encapsulated with a translucent layer of ice.
This is the little bridge.
Looking down at the frozen stream, Luka could faintly see a school of minnows encased in the ice.
So there's still fish. It's town. This is the town.
Trailing Luka went hush. He looked back to see Iggy's face twisted with confusion.
I mean, Iggy is an
Luka peered
asshole.
upward at the darkening sky. He let out a long, foggy breath. Faintly, Iggy began to cry. Seeing Iggy in such a pathetic state gave Luka a sense of compassion and more than a little guilt.
I mean, Iggy kind of had it coming to him, not gonna lie.
Luka allowed himself to collapse next to Iggy. The boys huddled together for warmth and comfort. If not for exhaustion, their minds would be racing, trying to make sense of the events of the day. As it was, all they had energy for was to sit in silence, numb.
But the clipboards are still after you guys. You remember that part, right? No, he didn't. I mean, they experimented with the stick, but didn't really know what to
Iggy
do on a
motioned
person.
sarcastically to his half-deformed face.
See, I was being a horse's ass.
Iggy shrugged.
Kind of a nice explanation of bullying, at least.
Iggy now wept openly. He wiped his nose with a sleeve.
All she ever says is yup.
Iggy cleared his throat as he wiped his eyes. Iggy arched into a wide yawn. Luka's eyelids began to slowly drift shut.
Sorry. Oh, that's kind of sweet.
That's all Luka could whisper before succumbing to sleep. Iggy snuggled in some more.
Okay.
The house smelled of warm bread. Luka was playing with toy blocks on the living room rug. He looked up to see his parents on the couch.
Okay, we've got another dad dream.
His mother held his father's head in her lap. She idly stroked his hair while humming a song. A voice behind Luka spoke. "This is how you remember them, huh?" Luka turned to see his own face. The doppelganger from his dreams. Still
The
clad in
doppelganger
yellow
still,
hazmat
okay.
suit, still carrying a look of disdain behind empty eyes. Aww, look at this perfectly cozy scene. You know, it wasn't really like this. The figure picked up a toy block and inspected it. It's amazing the facades that one can build given the right materials. Not that I blame us. These are a child's memories, all warm and fuzzy. You don't remember, do you? Luka snatched the block from the figure's yellow-gloved hand. Remember what? The doppelganger pointed to the couch. The last day we saw him alive. The day he chose to abandon us. Luka turned to look at his father, still lounging on the couch. That's not true. He didn't abandon us. The doppelganger waved his hand dismissively. Everything is true here. It's just a matter of what we choose to see.
This is so, like, creepy cool.
Well, let me show you. The world flickered and pulsed. Luka was sitting next to his bed, listening to his heartbeat with one of his dad's stethoscopes. The doppelganger limped into the room. No, we both know that's not how this went. He grabbed Luka's hand and guided the stethoscope to the floor. Luka heard muffled shouting, brought close by the stethoscope. It was his parents, fighting. Do you remember what we did next? Luka gave a slow nod and crept down the hall to peek through the banister. He could see the outline of his mother at the bottom of the stairs. Damn it, Walt. We can't afford to get involved in this. She was scared. His father stepped forward.
What am I supposed to do? Just watch? There's a sickness in this town, and we both know who's behind it. I swore an oath to help
Because he's a
people.
doctor.
I won't turn my back on them.
Luka's mother grabbed Walt. She was crying, pleading. I can't lose you. Walt calmly removed Eleanor's hand from his shoulder.
What's right is right, and what's wrong is wrong. I could never live with myself if I let Sharper get away with this.
Oh my god, did his dad kill Sharper?
Eleanor raised her voice.
Spare me your bullshit platitudes. What about our son?
Luka flinched, dropping the stethoscope down the stairs. Walt turned with a panicked smile. Luka, is that you, buddy?
With tears in his eyes, Luka descended the stairs. Mom? Dad? What's going on? Walt dropped to a knee to meet Luka eye to eye.
Nothing, buckaroo.
Your mom and I just got a little overexcited is all. Luka placed the stethoscope against his father's chest. His heart was racing. It sounded like you were going somewhere.
Oh gosh.
Walt gently removed the device from Luka's ears.
Listen to me, Luka.
I have some business to take care of. I'll be back in time to tuck you in. Luka hugged his father tightly. Promise? Walt stood up and walked to the door. He glanced over his shoulder.
I promise.
No, don't do that.
With a wink and a grin, he put on his hat and strode out into the evening sun. A figure approached soundlessly from the foggy snowfall. It stood above them, lingering in contemplation. Slowly raising one hand above Iggy, it snapped out 2 brisk raps on his head. From a deep slumber, Iggy sprang up defensively. Whether it was the calming presence or the recognition that he was not in danger, Iggy felt his clenched fists lower. Luka looked up, gradually remembering his whereabouts. The figure exhaled a cloud of warm vapor.
Oh no. She's gonna grammar correct them all.
When it came to complete strangers, Iggy had trouble cobbling together an insult.
Big-headed, scarfy-necked furball. Interesting choice of words. A friend, an observer, a hitchhiker of the infinite expanse of possibility. Wait, is this where we figure out the whole time travel thing? Nat.
Iggy huffed with gratification. Nat began to turn away indifferently.
Interesting. I like her.
Iggy turned sharply and began to stomp off. Realizing he'd worn their patience then, Nat relented. Luka and Iggy turned
I'll
around
show you
with
how to
hope
get
in
back
their
home.
eyes.
Okay. I'm here.
Nat took a deep breath in. Nat exhaled slowly, then snapped his fingers. For a brief moment, Luka and Iggy let themselves believe that some great magic was about to unfold until they opened their eyes and found themselves in the exact same place,
Okay.
cold and disheartened.
The reality is much less fanciful. Has the town been dead for a long time? Yeah, this is the original Beacon Pines. You can't find a way home. This is home. The town... Interesting. Someone would have noticed. Unless the auditing was impeccable. A mind-numbing attention to detail. Newer... Wow, okay. Brain.
Luka and Iggy looked around uncomfortably. Nat narrowed his eyes, furrowed his brow, and uttered,
The source. The source was brought up in one of the dreams.
Luka began to laugh uncomfortably. He looked down at his feet. His eyes started back and forth in contemplation. With a sudden pain, a thought struck him.
Then the
He
treehouse should
sprinted
be
off
there.
into the pale distance. As Iggy turned to follow, Nat called out, Chapter 6.
Interesting.
The Source. Nat expressed his sympathy with a shrug and sauntered off as unassumingly as he'd arrived. He'd given Luka and Iggy what they needed, and nothing more. As Luka sprinted across the snow, the events of the past few days became clearer, pieces to a larger puzzle. Rolo said he was underground somewhere, captured. Mr. Kerr tried to cover it up with lies. The clipboards were hell-bent on capturing Iggy. It all seemed to point to perennial harvest, but right now, there was one thing that Luka needed to know. Luka stopped dead in his tracks. The tree was gone.
It's the
Uprooted and
treehouse
raised,
tree.
leaving a raw gash in the earth. He dropped to his knees and dug wildly at the cold snow.
Or is his dad's tree?
His numb hands hit something hard. A headstone.
This is the tree where his dad's
A dry
buried.
whisper escaped Luka's lips. There was no reply, just snow-covered silence. Iggy finally noticed the tears welling in Luka's eyes and the snow-covered grave. Suddenly, they heard the crunch of approaching footsteps in the snow.
Uh-oh. Saved a whole town of people.
He bent down to scoop up a snowball and lobbed it playfully.
Took this job to change the world. Just dances off screen.
Luka stuttered through heaving
I've never seen the
sobs.
word dingus spelled out, I don't think.
Iggy gave Luka a solid smack on the back of his head.
They pulled off the switcheroo for
Luka
a
wiped his
reason.
eyes with a sleeve.
So we're gonna go try to destroy the source.
Iggy flashed a mischievous smile and cracked his.
Locate the source. Okay, so I think we're finally like on the right path.
Iggy and Luka shared a skeptical look.
It's Kerr. It said head west. Going back into the town, I guess.
Iggy darted behind a large pine and began digging furiously. He emerged holding a shoebox with a crude skull painted on its lid.
Uh-oh. Big fireworks, okay. Oh no, he's the one who burned down the chicken coop.
Iggy stifled a chuckle. Iggy triumphantly raised the shoebox.
It wasn't, it was because the town got moved. Prepare for blast off, loser. Oh, this is where Rolo is? This is gonna be where Rolo is. Somewhere, he said somewhere underground.
Inched up to the edge of the hole with bewilderment in their eyes. Arctic air breathed out of the cavern in heaving gusts.
The source. How do we smash a whole affair? Kerr! Safer than we are at the moment.
Mr. Kerr gazed down the abyss in contemplation.
Unrefined,
Kerr scratched the back of his head. His face contorted into a saccharine grin.
Oh god, he's gonna shove us in the hole, isn't he? Oh no.
Kerr snapped his fingers. Iggy turned to Luka with a sly glance.
Iggy waved the box into the air, threatening to drop it down the hole.
Regret is one of my specialties. Oh, Iggy. You're starting to become redeemed. This is how the other town gets blown up, isn't it?
Iggy plucked a single bottle rocket from the box and held it up with reverence.
Because the other town is literally on the other side of this hole.
After a long pause, Mr. Kerr flung up his hand with frustration.
The clipboards literally just back away.
With a nonchalant flick, Iggy tossed the firework into the hole. With a growl, Kerr leapt at Iggy, crashing through Luka. Iggy tried to twist away, but in the struggle they both tumbled over the side. Luka dove forward, bracing Iggy's hand just before it slipped. His grip was made precarious by
This
the
is so
cold, wet
intense.
snow. He could see Kerr further down, clinging to Iggy's coat.
Iggy's gonna sacrifice himself. Oh my god. You've had a long life.
Mr. Kerr gasped with insult. With a wild look in his eye, Mr. Kerr began to hum a proud melody.
Oh, we got another charm.
Luka's hand began to cramp. His voice began to crack. Luka felt Iggy loosen his grasp.
This is so intense. This music. Oh my god.
Every muscle in Luka's body burned.
No,
Luka felt his
Iggy.
hand slipping.
No, Iggy. Oh man.
Calm settled over Iggy's face. Iggy's voice was colder than the bitter air billowing from the chasm.
I don't like this. Oh, both of these hurt. Both
Luka
of
had
these
no
hurt.
choice but to accept Iggy's request.
We're gonna go back and try it again. Don't worry. Don't worry. That's what this
With
game
a
is
quiet
about.
blink, Luka watched a teardrop sail down into the howling void. As his fingers slowly gave up, he met eyes with Iggy. The two silhouettes were swallowed by darkness.
They're falling up. That's the thing. They're falling up. For a little while. Tempest liquiamine. Okay.
We have some idea what that would look like.
Yeah, we do. Is she the narrator? Wait for
A
you.
fierce twinkle flashed in Nat's eyes.
You're gonna save the world. Oh god, I get chills. Ugh.
With a chuckle, Nat turned and walked west. Dumbfounded, Luka followed behind him, trudging through the snow. Every step taking him further away from everyone and everything he knew, and closer to destiny.
Chapter 7.
To be continued in
Don't.
Beacon Pines, Pines Harder.
Do not.
Revenge served cold.
Do not.
Second time's a charm? Wait, that's it? This ends with a crummy cliffhanger just when it was getting good? I was even starting to like Iggy. No way.
Do
I
not.
refuse to be associated with some never-ending parade of sequels.
Thank you.
Let's go back and find something more definitive.
Okay, so I think I've only got time for one more. So we're gonna refuse the request. Nope, nope,
Luka
nope,
had no
nope,
choice
nope, nope,
but
nope.
to accept
We did this
Iggy's
already.
request.
We did this part already.
With a quiet blink,
Hang on.
Luka watched a teardrop sail down into the howling void.
Here we go.
Luka had no choice but to refuse Iggy's request. He tightened his grip and reached for the walkie-talkie in his pocket. A wild delight crept onto Mr. Kerr's face. That's a good lad. Now, radio for help. Iggy begged Luka with his eyes one last time, but Luka pressed the button and called out, We need help. Mr. Kerr is in danger. It wasn't long before they were once again surrounded by clipboards. Mr. Kerr sighed with relieved frustration. There you are. You really are a worthless lot, aren't you? Mirror. Now, a clipboard dutifully produced an ornate ivory hand mirror, and Mr. Kerr began preening his tousled hair.
What a dude.
Ah, that's better. Mr. Van Horn, I applaud your sharp thinking under duress. I'll put in a good word for you with the founder. Take them away. A swarm of hands overpowered Luka. The last thing he saw before a cloth bag was pulled over his head was the defeated look on Iggy's face. The end.
No! No!
I think this was one of those times where doing the right thing was the wrong thing.
I want to play through one more instance before we are done. So this is This is back to where we have the market cart guy tied up in the basement. We're gonna play good cop, hard cop.
Rolo brandished a steely gaze. I've got this. Read about it 100 times.
This will be our last chapter. I'll have to continue playing
Rolo
this
started
later.
past the chair which propped up
I'm
the
so
slumping
sad.
Tolliver. Without even looking at his captive, he began with a long, blustery drawl. Mr. Tolliver remained motionless. Rolo spun around to face him. He'd clearly expected to rouse Mr. Tolliver with his booming voice. Beck and Luka gave each other an unsure glance. Rolo slammed his fist on the table. He grabbed the table lamp and beamed it onto the unconscious face. Mr.
There we
Tolliver
go. Now he's
groaned
gonna wake up.
and slowly lifted his head. He recoiled with a muddled, weary squint. The chair wobbled as he attempted to straighten up. Mr. Tolliver could only make out rough shapes through the glaring light. With a gruff tone, Rolo hoped to both conceal his voice and intimidate.
Oh, Rolo. Calm as a carrot in dirt.
The doubtful expression on Beck and Luka's faces transformed into awe. Rolo, hitting his stride, was now channeling every detective trope his memory could recall.
Because of course.
He slammed
Go
the table
Rolo.
again. Mr. Tolliver's voice became desperate. He was nearly in tears.
Dance with your mouth, punk. Everything's ready for what?
Mr. Tolliver was in a daze, now more confused. He shook his head, feeling more and more dizzy. His voice faded to a whisper.
Where it all began.
With that, Mr. Tolliver passed out cold.
Oh no, Mr. Tolliver.
Rolo swung around with a repentant grimace.
Yeah, it was. We could go, yeah, you could go to the library and look for things. Cato's pretty cool. God, his voice is so perfect. I had a point in my life where I was the same way, kiddo. That's funny. Oh, there we go back to when the town was founded. Here we go.
Chapter 8. 6 feet under, 3 towns over. The kids spent the rest of the afternoon combing through dusty piles of old county records, desperately searching for anything that could help them make sense of Mr. Tolliver's cryptic utterance.
Yeah.
Luka tried to shake the thought of Gran's basement, but his focus wavered. Explosives, messages hidden in jam, dossiers on various town figures, and a corkboard threaded with photos. Gran was the only family he had left. He still couldn't bring himself to believe the worst. But the old map with the symbol of explosives in town square made that difficult.
Yeah, it
As
would
the
be.
sun began to set, the kids were no closer to the truth.
Oh. All right. All right. All right. I think this is our longest installment yet. And that's probably where we're going to have to end. But hang on. Hang on. Before we do that. We haven't finished playing. We can do Good Cop, Chill Cop too and just see what happens with Good Cop, Chill Cop.
They'd run the classic good cop, chill cop interrogation. Luka walked calmly to the light switch, flicking it off and on a few times.
That
Mr.
wakes him
Tolliver
up.
shook his head, gathering his wits. He looked over to find Luka, who returned a calming grin.
Because you're evil. Maybe not. Maybe you're actually trying to help things.
Rolo and Beck emerged from hiding to give a timid wave. Luka glanced over to Rolo and Beck, who replied with skeptical looks.
Here to help. With what?
Mr. Tolliver exhaled with disappointment.
Doesn't mean you're a good person, Tolliver.
Luka gestured to the corner. Luka looked again to Rolo and Beck.
We
This
do
time they
deserve
shrugged.
it.
Luka began to slowly loosen the bindings.
Tolliver's gonna
Mr.
be like,
Tolliver gently rubbed his wrists.
what's he gonna do? He's gonna
He
run.
edged imperceptibly toward the stairs.
He's gonna run.
Before the kids had even noticed his movement, Mr. Tolliver was at the light switch. He punctuated his final words by flicking the switch and rushing up the stairs.
Coward.
Beck darted to the wall and turned back on the lights. It was too late. Rolo confirmed what they all heard.
Yeah, you're
Mr.
all trapped
Tolliver's
down there
muffled
now.
voice came from behind the door.
This is for your own good, because he's hiding them from the explosion. Let the
They looked
adults handle
bewildered
this.
at each
Don't
other.
ever just let the adults handle it.
They heard the staccato thump of quick steps exiting the house. The kids looked down in resignation.
They're trapped.
This isn't how it goes in Hank Atomic. For some reason, they'd always assumed it was up to them to save their town. Luka opened his mouth, hoping to conjure some magical words to make this right. Only a hollow croak escaped.
Oh.
The end.
It's not, though. We know
Or,
it's not.
We certainly aren't going to find a grand resolution to our tale locked in a basement. Back to the drawing board.
Back to the drawing board, indeed. All right, well, we got to go finish playing out Good Cop, Hard Cop on that set. We do have, it looks like, several more stories to explore yet here. So I'm going to try to get a couple more installments of this game up for you all. Hope you're enjoying this. I know I desperately am. This is very cool. The mechanics are awesome. Everything about this game is just so wonderful. And I cannot wait until we find like the actual ending. So until next installment, my friends, be safe, be healthy, be excellent to each other, make good choices, and we'll catch you for part 4.